Good morning, and welcome to this warm place in a cold and wintry morning. I'm Marge, Unity in Lynnwood Prayer Chaplain, and it's my joy to welcome you today to this special time of coming together to share meditation as part of our Sunday service. Welcome to all of you here in this physical space and all of you who join us virtually. Please just get comfortable in your chairs or wherever you're located, and find the best position for your whole body and let go. Just sink into relaxation. And as you do this, take several long breaths and go to your heart, which is where spirit resides, and just let go of the outside world. And become aware of your inner world, that deep well where spirit resides. Become aware of the shared energy of all of us in this room and all of us virtually online. And also, as you relax and just close your eyes and settle back, become aware of the great river of co-creation, where our individual hearts and minds are joined together with other hearts in this sacred space that we create. From this river and in this river, we can make space for the activity of spirit. Take this grace with you as you enter the silence and experience your oneness with spirit. Gently bring yourselves back into this space. Take a deep breath and just move your body and stretch if it feels good. And slowly begin to open your outer eyes and become adjusted to being in this room or wherever you are. And gently breathe in the truth of your being, your divine self, where all things are possible. As this sacred time of silence comes to a close, we remain open and receptive and thankful for the movement of spirit within our individual selves and our collective selves. We are ready to share this love with all we meet throughout the week. We bless and are grateful for all those who are volunteering in service today to help create this wonderful, sacred, beautiful time we share together. We thank everyone. We are grateful. And as we go back into our own lives, we share this love and this spirit. And so it is. Happy Sunday.
At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everyone is seen. At this table, everybody matters. No one falls between. At this table, you can say whatever. At this table, you can speak your mind. At this table, everything's forgiven. There's enough for everyone. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are. At this table, there will be no judgment. At this table, mercy has a seat. At this table, we're all sons and daughters. There's no place I'd rather be. So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are.
Let's take a few moments to center ourselves. Close your eyes if you wish. In the swirl of uncertainty that is our current world, let us consider faith. Faith is not the monopoly of religion, nor should it ever call for blind belief. The believer, the agnostic, and the atheist all have faith that the sun will rise, that our breath will sustain us without conscious thought. We are here, however that came to be. We all share that, no matter our ideologies or creeds. I have faith in the human spirit. Like a buoy bobbing on the water, it takes the onslaught of stormy waves, and once the sun comes out, it's still afloat. I have faith that humanity is progressing along the long arc towards justice and love, because so many people have tried to kill both without ultimate success. Faith is trust. What then can we trust in? I trust that the vast majority of people lean towards kindness when face to face with another individual person. I trust that we are born to love and that hate must be taught. I trust that love is stronger than fear. I trust that spirit nudges us towards growth, especially when we are open to listen, but even when we are not. I trust that we are on a journey of remembering our source. What do you trust? Let us dwell in our faith. So it is. Amen.
So come as you are. Remember that the door is always open. Yes, come as you are. The perfect gift that you could bring is your heart. So come as you are. Come as you are. At this table, everyone is welcome. At this table, everybody cares. At this table, everybody matters. So come pull up a chair. Good morning, Unity in Lynnwood. How are we all doing this morning? Please stand and greet your neighbor as you're able. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message do a new sing-along. So this will be a new sing-along. If you want, I'll sing along the first time so you can hear how it goes. And then join in on the second time. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am getting the message loud and clear. I'm choosing heaven today. If you want to sing along, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. We're going to choose compassion. I choose compassion today. I choose compassion today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. Let's choose abundance. I choose abundance today. I choose abundance today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. Let's do heaven one more time. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. Last time, one more time. I'm walking the road of heaven right now. I'm choosing heaven today. Nice job, everybody.
Thank you, Kelly. Good morning and welcome to Unity in Lynnwood. My name is Sally West and I'm pleased to be one of your hosts this morning. Here at Unity, all are welcome. We say that a lot, right? And it is meant as more than a politeness or a courtesy. To welcome, according to one definition, is to be pleased about and to encourage and support something. Why are we pleased about your presence? Because we see each human being as a spark of infinite potential. How exciting is it to live that way? To be open to the brilliant diversity of human experience. If we could only see the brightness of our true selves, I think we might be giddy with joy. We are not only pleased to meet and get to know you, we also encourage and support each person, no matter our differences in background, age, sex, gender identity, culture, religion, or lack thereof. This community celebrates each individual's life path, encourages open-hearted spiritual seeking, and supports everyone who walks through these doors or joins us online in their quest for personal growth and inspiration. We do not tell you how to believe. We provide a safe space for you to explore your own inner vision. We do not seek to direct, but rather allow the inherent richness of human spirit to blossom, each in its own way and time. Let this be a place of heart openness, where you're safe to drop the mental armor that the world sometimes forces us to wear for our own protection. Welcome to this sanctuary of spirit. Thank you.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds, try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears, gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Hear on what your mother said, read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Well, time asks no questions, goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can't stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you in the face. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day. All I know, love will save the day.
Wow. Kelly Ash, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Doing one of my favorite songs, I have to say. I love that's a really good one. Welcome again to Unity in Lynnwood. I'm Jennifer Lovejoy, and I'll be your platform minister today. We do have a guest speaker who I'll introduce in a few moments, but I'll be leading us in some of our beginning and ending that we like to do here. So we always start by welcoming our online community, recognizing that church no longer has walls. While we value our getting together in physical form, those of us who can do that, we recognize that Spirit has no boundaries, and our community online is every bit as much a part of our family as our family here in the sanctuary. So today we have 19 people watching online. Thank you. And as always, from all over, we've got Ursula in Florida, we've got Chris in Oregon, Tom in Edmonds, Tori in Lake Stevens, and many others. So if you will join me in welcoming our online family by turning to the lovely Fran Curley over here in the corner and look into that camera and just wave at our friends and say, good morning. Or good afternoon. We see you. We welcome you. And we send all blessings to you. Thank you, and good morning. So, our mission statement is brief but powerful. Practical spirituality, welcoming community. And I was reflecting, I think Sally and I maybe were on a bit of the same wavelength this morning, because I was thinking about welcome and what welcome means. And particularly this week I've been thinking a lot about diversity, because diversity's been in the news a good bit. And so to me, welcome goes beyond, as Sally said, just being here and welcoming people. It actually means recognizing the divine in everyone. And I find that nature is often one of my greatest teachers. And so when we look at the diversity of beings in this world, from the snail to the platypus to the butterfly, we can see that everyone is a divine expression of God. And so if that much diversity in our world is the expression of God, how can it not be so for human beings? how can a tremendous diversity among human beings be anything other than a blessing for us, an abundance for us that we have that? So our value statement today, and by the way, I don't pick these. They kind of randomly come up. We have 7 of them, and they come up in random order, but this one really seems to fit where my heart is, and it is value statement number 4. We believe each person is an individualized expression of divinity itself, and we accept each person as such without condition, question, or exception. As a matter of principle, we love boldly. That is what we value here at Unity in Lynnwood. So let's also open with our invocation that we say every week, and I will invite you to say this along with me. This just, again, reaffirms our belief and our faith in the universality of that ground of being that we call God. So together, though imaged and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature, human in expression, and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths, to celebrate our unity, and to honor all life. Thank you. So it's my pleasure today to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Pam Gutierrez, who has come up here from Oregon with her daughter, is with us as well, so welcome. Reverend Pam is the co-founder of the Center for Health and Wealth with her husband. She returned to Springfield, Oregon after serving as associate minister at Unity on the Bay in Miami, Florida. And she teaches metaphysical principles and Ayurvedic lifestyle tools to fulfill her vision of empowering individuals to employ their innate abilities, thus transforming work into play and the world into a more love-filled place. In addition to her ministerial work and serving at several Unity communities, she also holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry, an MBA in international business, and a Master of Divinity from Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. So we are very blessed to have Reverend Pam with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, everyone who has been so welcoming to me this morning. I just feel so blessed and overjoyed to be joining you this morning. And today, I'm here to share 2 powerful practices that will increase the flow of prosperity in your life. I know because they have proven in my life over and over and over again. So I'll start with a story about an immigrant, a Cuban refugee, in fact, who grew up in poverty in the inner city of Miami, struggled with English as a second language, but went on to train as a physician in the Navy and Mayo Clinic. He now owns and operates a holistic medicine clinic that is disrupting the way that healthcare is delivered in your neighboring state of Oregon. But that's not what he considers the manifestation of his prosperity. Recently, he looked at me and said, "The best thing I ever attracted in my life is you." Okay, is this working? Is this working? There we go. There we go. So seriously, I learned everything I know about manifesting from my husband. When we were newlyweds with a growing family in medical school, he said, "I'm going to buy you a house with a pool." I said, yeah, right. We have no income. We're taking out student loans. Well, before Christmas that year, we had moved into a house with a pool. Then when the Navy took us to Florida, he said, "I'm going to buy waterfront property." Again, I'm like, we don't have a down payment. How are you going to do that? Sure enough, 3 weeks before I arrived with the children, he had bought a house on a small lake in Florida. And then we moved to Oregon, and he manifested a beautiful house on a mountainside with forest views. You get the idea. You know, he gets this idea, and it comes out into this three-dimensional world. And that's what we're going to talk about. What is that metaphysical process by which we manifest our ideas in the world, okay? And then by extension, anything that you can dream can come true, right? Okay, so all of this is to say that I have witnessed this power of prosperity consciousness long before unity studies were anywhere in my mind, okay? My husband claimed, as Jesus taught us, that he is worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. That's true for you, and you, and you. Everyone. It's true for all of us. And I feel blessed to be here sharing that message with you today. So I invite you to take a moment to consider that money in and of itself has no power. It's a currency of your life energy. It's a currency by which you make transactions in this three-dimensional world. Now, I'm sure you have feelings about how much you want to have and how you're going to spend it. But you acquire it by spending your life energy, and where and how you send it back out into the world indicates your values. And sometimes the appearance of lack of money brings a feeling of fear or insecurity. And that's what I was expressing when my husband planned to buy the houses. I was like, no, that can't happen. Insecure about it. But the truth, with a capital T, is that in the oneness, that is unity's first principle, and we just affirmed that here, the ground of being, in that truth, there is no lack. All of the abundance of the universe is you. You must remove the obstacles to your own good in order to experience it. Jesus said, your Father delights in giving you the kingdom. So I'm here to remind you, as my husband reminded me, that you are worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. You know, as Valentine's Day approaches, I'm reminded of a story. So there's this couple out on their Valentine's Day date. They've been married a while, and this is their annual ritual, that at least this once a year, they put on their best outfit, and they go out to a fancy restaurant, okay? So they're sitting there, and she's gazing at her man with loving eyes, and he even bothered to shave for the occasion. So she's reaching across the table, looking at him lovingly, and she says, say something that will get my heart racing. He meets her gaze and says, I forgot my wallet. So now, setting aside this societal expectation that the man is in charge of the money, and forgive me for using a heteronormative couple in this example, but your reaction and relation to that joke can give you some clues about what money represents in your life. How did you feel? Were you nervous for them? Were you getting that insecurity? Okay. Were you wondering, did she bring her wallet? Is she an empowered woman? Did you feel sorry and embarrassed for him? Right? Did he lose his power in that moment? So that's giving us some clues about where we stand about money. And studies show that the top things couples argue about are children and money. Who can relate? Who can relate? Anybody know that? Okay. Well, children are another way that abundance manifests in our lives. We're going to focus on money today because it's clearly one of the top stressors in modern life. But relationship expert John Gottman writes that money is often symbolic of deeper emotional needs, like feeling safe or cared for or a sense of importance. And I invite you to take a photo of this slide and do some further growth work. Yeah, at church, we're actually telling you to take your phones out. But this is a good one for further growth work. So when you identify with this sense of scarcity or lack around your emotional need, it may show up in your life as money troubles. And that happens because you forget who you truly are. You're a divine being, worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. Say that with me. Worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. Okay. We're going to practice that a couple times through this. Now, Unity author Eric Butterworth wrote, "The whole universe is on your side." When you get yourself centered in the universal flow, you become synchronized with this divine bias for good. Nothing is against you. If there's only one, there's only oneness. What is there to oppose you? Without separation, there is nothing that can be against you. Let that sink in. And I invite you to consider what limiting thoughts you may be carrying. Is there a situation where you're just like, well, what can I do about it? Or they did it to me. Or I don't have, fill in your blank. I don't have money. I don't have skill. I don't have time. Those are limiting beliefs. I can relate. Unity's third principle reminds us that our thoughts create our experience. So what are you creating? What are you creating for yourself? Are you feeling worthy, wealthy, well, and whole? Not when you're having those thoughts. But recently Pope Francis said, to be happy is to stop feeling like a victim and become the author of your own fate. How powerful is that if you know that you're the author of your own fate? Got to start writing the story then, right? So how can you prepare to receive the prosperity that's already there? Well, there's two main tools. First, forgiveness, in order to remove those obstacles. And then, when the channel is clear, we can speak affirmations to manifest in human experience what we want. And each of those topics is a class unto itself. So we're just going to have some highlights here today. And I invite you to join this afternoon's play shop and the upcoming class to learn more and to put these into practice. So first, let's talk about forgiveness. And it's time to consider what money represents to you. What's your history with money? Or is there some other story that you don't see relates to money? Some story in the past that stands between you and your good? Rosemary Fillmore Rhea, the granddaughter of Unity's co-founders, wrote, "The first step in freeing ourselves from our painful yesterdays is to forgive ourselves. When we look at ourselves through the eyes of love, we see that every experience, every person, has been a part of our soul's unfoldment. Everyone is worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. And consider that the past is false, because the present moment is all that we have. Forgiveness is about replacing the false with the true, and the only truth is God, and God is love. So forgiveness is about giving love where there was hurt or resentment. Now, it's not about changing the other person, and it doesn't erase the history. Rather, forgiveness unburdens you from it. Joseph's words to his brothers in the Old Testament, his brothers who had sold him into slavery, when they reunited decades later, Joseph said to them, "What you thought was evil, God meant for good." So this goes to that point that every person has been a part of your soul's unfoldment. Forgive and recognize that everyone is, say it with me, worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. So now, once we've opened the channel for the divine flow through forgiveness, it's time to direct it, shape it with the energy of your thoughts and your words. Think about Play-Doh, molding it, shaping it. We're going to do that with our thoughts and our words, the energy of our thoughts and our words, okay? And the way to do that is to practice our affirmations and denials. Boldly claim your divine birthright. Deny scarcity and lack. Don't let it linger. Don't let any doubts linger. Who knows the story of the prodigal son? Anybody familiar with that story? Okay, almost everybody. Okay. So Jesus told this story of a young man who squandered his inheritance. And he wasn't feeling worthy. So he went and he worked for a pig farmer. And in Jewish tradition, that is like as low as you can get. That's very unclean. Now, eventually, he realized his mistake, and he forgave himself and returned to his father. His father was so happy to see him. He kissed him and he lavished him with riches. So can you see these prosperity tools at work? He realigned himself with the divine flow through practicing forgiveness of himself. And then he affirmed and he demonstrated that he wanted to return home. He claimed his birthright. And he received a warm welcome. The father was happy to give him the kingdom. Okay? Now we'll share a few affirmations from Unity author Catherine Ponder. This is for us to get some practice of feeling the power of affirmations. I'm going to invite you to speak these with me and see how they're resonating with you. Okay? So the first one, I am a radiant child of God. My mind, body, and affairs now express his radiant perfection. Just let that percolate. Let that one percolate. Radiant perfection. All right, let's move on to the next one with even more zeal. Nothing can defeat me. I give thanks for the perfect, immediate, right results. I rejoice that I am now successful in all my ways. Are we feeling it? Is it building? All right, now this one, we're really get that zeal, get that fire going, all right? Ready? I am an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto myself everything that I divinely desire, according to the thoughts, feelings, and mental pictures I constantly entertain and radiate. I feel it. I feel it. It's getting warm in here. Actually, it's getting hot in here. All right. Now that we have affirmed and we have faith that we are receiving in this moment, we're going to talk about the law of circulation, because you got to keep it going. You got to keep that energy flowing. So spiritual writer Eckhart Tolle says, acknowledging the good you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Do you want to experience life to the fullest? Acknowledge God as the source of your supply. Trust that all your needs are being met on time and in full, and express gratitude. All right? Anybody ever been in that situation like, ooh, I need another $50 by Friday. I don't know where it's coming from. All right? That's the trust that it's being met on time and in full, right? Okay. So activating the power of faith that all your needs are met. We're going to put it back into circulation. The law of circulation states that giving and receiving are two aspects of a prosperity law that both must be exercised if we're to release the flow of abundant good in our consciousness. So now I'm going to talk about my husband again, because I just love to talk about him. So this was more than a decade ago, and I was a stay-at-home mother of 3 kids. My husband was a really burnt-out physician. He'd been practicing in a group practice. And he was at a crossroads in his career where he was either going to buy into that practice and essentially sign on for the rest of his working life onto that treadmill of, or rather the revolving door of patient care that was that big group practice, or he could strike out on his own, practice the way he wanted to practice holistic medicine. And of course, with him being the sole source of our income in this 3-dimensional world, there was a lot of insecurity around, well, what would that mean if he left that group practice? What it meant was a minimum of 3 months without any income for our family and 3 kids to provide for. We had just bought a house, so we had no savings in the bank at that point. But it was now or never, really. Or at least it would be quite a while if we didn't do it at that point. And as you heard in the intro, I have a business background. So I said, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, we can do this. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we can do this. All right. So I went about doing all the back-end stuff of registering a business and credentialing with all the insurance companies and all that stuff that gets done in the back office there, right? And we open, and he starts seeing patients, and, I'm looking at the calendar okay, when is this first check going to come? 6 weeks before I really expected it to, an envelope came from one of the local insurance companies. And I opened it, and I started jumping up and down. He came out of the office, and he's like, What are you so excited about? I'm like, we got paid! And he says, wait, why are you so happy? Wasn't this supposed to be? And I'm like, I didn't know if anything I did had worked. I had no experience, with insurance companies. Well, I had no idea, but it worked, okay? Now, mind you, during this time that we were setting up the practice, and I told you we had nothing, nothing in savings. We just had his last paycheck from the group medical practice. We continued to tithe to our local Unity community, Unity of the Valley. We continued to give our kids all the experiences that they would normally have, signing them up for summer camps and all that good stuff. Nothing changed about the way we lived our lives, because we were operating in this prosperity consciousness and having faith that all our needs were met. So we gave freely, and giving freely is the only valid kind of giving. It's an expression of love and generosity. Receiving freely and gratefully completes the law, creating that balance. I know that I am worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. Now, I quoted Vicki Robin earlier in the talk. She wrote in Your Money or Your Life that money is a representation of your life energy. And recognizing that fact is a call for us to spend, invest, and give according to your values. So take a look at your next bank statement. Where have you sent your money out into the world? Does your spending reflect your values? And if you're listening to this talk, it's a pretty good bet that spiritual growth is one of your values. So let's talk about tithing. Because tithing is a very special kind of giving. It means to give 1/10 of your supply to God. And that, giving it to God, is interpreted as where you receive your spiritual nourishment. So committing to tithing is a recognition of the divine as your partner. It's a demonstration of faith. It's an exercise of generosity. And Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote in The Revealing Word that tithing brings into the consciousness a sense of divine order that is manifested in one's outer life and affairs as increased efficiency and greater prosperity. Who wants that? Who wants that? Okay. So tithing 10% historically goes back as far as Abraham in the book of Genesis, when Abraham gave 10% of the spoils of war to the priest Melchizedek. Now, I understand that your community, Unity in Lynnwood, just recently reinstated your tithing policy. Well done. That tithing policy as a community. So now I invite you as individuals, as partners in this community, to commit to tithing personally. You as an individual, empowering Unity in Lynnwood as a community then to tithe, both individually and as a community. You'll see an increase in your prosperity and your efficiency as a result of your giving, because that is the metaphysical law. And a summary of the prosperity process is diagrammed in the circle of abundance. So the stages of the cycle go through alignment, where forgiveness opens us to the flow, and then generosity, and then attracting, receiving. Attracting is your affirmations, then receiving and giving gratitude, and then the cycle begins again. We're going to explore this a lot deeper in this afternoon's play shop. So I do invite you to join us for that. But my favorite example of how this cycle works is a story about Maria, who's sitting here with us today. She inherited from her dad just the innate knowing of these principles. So about 17 years ago, she was keen to welcome a new pup into our home after the passing of our 16-year-old Grand Dame doggy. And my husband and I decreed that we were going to wait 1 full year before inviting a new companion animal into our family. Oh, you can guess how that went, right? Kids didn't agree. And can you guess who was in alignment without obstacles and clearly speaking what she wanted to manifest? So we had a ritual of spending time with my sister in Texas every summer. And my sister, their Auntie Amy, founded an animal rescue organization. And you can guess what's coming. So Maria was giving of her time to help Auntie Amy rescue pups during our time in Texas. So she was giving, and she was in full alignment, because children just are just naturally flowing. She was in full alignment with her oneness, her birthright, acting from her generosity, and attracted Jackie O. Maria accepted the good of Jackie O and convinced Daddy that, and I quote, "She doesn't bark, she doesn't bite, she doesn't pee or poo in the house." Now, mind you, the dog was under sedation from having her spay operation. We received Jackie O into our family, and she is now our 16-year-old Grand Dame, giving and receiving love. So I guess it wasn't 7, I guess it was 15 years ago. So it is Maria's and Jackie O's birthright and power to affirm abundance. And so it is for you. All substance of the universe is available to you. because you are one with it. For in him we live and move and have our being. So I invite you to join us at this afternoon's workshop for a deeper dive into all of these concepts, and I invite you now to affirm with me, I am worthy, wealthy, well, and whole. So now let's take those powerful words into a meditation. Let's take a few deep centering breaths. And journey with me from our heads, where we've been focused in this learning, to our hearts, where we can really feel the truth coursing through us. Releasing the past, drinking in the spirit of the present moment. We pause to refresh in the presence of infinite love and in the light of illuminating wisdom. God is, we are. I pause, I breathe. I enter a sanctuary of peace. In trust, I lay down cares and concerns. In quiet peace, I pause. By faith, I perceive the true and real in every circumstance. Let me see through the eyes of faith the truth of divine power and presence at the core of every experience. By faith, I trust what I cannot yet see as circumstances unfold. I remain faith-filled and faithful. I know good and only good now, as well as in the days ahead. Centered in divine life, I flourish in every way. I acknowledge divine life, the flame of ever-flowing vitality. No matter the season, no matter the story, I choose to live. I do not sit on the sidelines. I do not delay. I jump into the fire of life to sparkle and shine. I am one with and now realize divine abundance. The good of God cannot be withheld. It pours over every detail of my life like a steady and gently flowing rain. With every breath I draw upon divine abundance. Every need is met with plenty. Plenty resources, plenty to love and celebrate. I am at peace with all of humanity. My heart of compassion extends to the human family. Each face I see is the face of God. Each story tells my story. A message about hope and courage and overcoming. I am one. One with God. One with all in peace. And I take this peace into a few moments of silence. May our prayer unleash our spiritual potential so that we support those with whom we pray and everyone awakening to our divine identity. We unleash faith, life, abundance, love, wisdom, and strength. Renewed and empowered, we contribute to a rising consciousness of harmony and peace. We are blessed. We are a blessing. We are worthy. We are wealthy. We are well. We are whole. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. It was wonderful. And you really just spoke my next section, which is about giving. Really, everything that you were saying was about this, the reciprocal nature of the spiritual universe. And so thank you. So, electronic giving options now appearing on your screen. For those choosing to give a physical gift, the ushers will gratefully pass baskets. If you're on site and prefer to give by credit card, there is an electronic giving station at the back, and we will be happy to take your donation that way. If you'd like information about UIL's programs of regular giving, planned giving, or legacy giving, please take a Giver's Circle brochure or write the Board of Trustees directly. And for those already participating, we extend a special thanks. So please join me now in our affirmation. I give freely and fearlessly, fulfilling the law of giving and receiving.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Thank you. So at this point, is there anybody new with us today? If you feel comfortable about letting us know who you are, that's fine. No? Yes? Hi. Hi. So for new and newer people, I just want to draw your attention to the resources in the chair back in front of you, especially if you're new, for the newcomers information sheet and the stay in touch leaflet here that you can fill out if you'd like to receive monthly emails about what's going on at Unity, and we have a lot going on, so it's worth doing. Also, we'd like to give you a free gift of this undated version of the Daily Word, which is an ongoing now for over 100 years publication of Unity worldwide. And so it's a book full of prayers and affirmations that might be inspirational to you. I'll be at the Welcome and Information Station for a few minutes after service, and I can give you one there if you want to come back. Announcements. Okay, please register for all events by visiting the calendar page at www.unityinlynnwood.org. If you have a compliment or a comment, please write "We Listen" at unityinlynnwood.org. We're here for you. Today is a First Sunday, and First Sundays are Connection Sundays. This means a couple of things. So any small group volunteer leaders present with us invite your questions today. And so would any small group leaders stand so we can know who you are? Okay, a couple of them are here. So Glenn and Tom, thank you. The other thing it means is there's a lot of food in there, okay? We have a potluck every first Sunday, and it's always good. And so please feel free to come in. Do you want me to talk about it? Okay. So come in and to get your lunch. Today at 12:30, as Reverend Pam talked about, she is conducting a workshop welcoming your unlimited good. So if we join this, we'll discover how to unlock your inherent abundance, as we heard, and transform your mindset from scarcity to one of prosperity. Learn powerful concepts and practices focusing on gratitude and appreciation to magnetize more good into your life, resulting in joy, prosperity, and vibrant health across all areas. There is a cost to this workshop of $35, but no one will be turned away if that's too much for you. Also, Reverend Pam is guiding a workshop, a virtual class, on Tuesdays from February 11th, so 11th, 18th, and 25th, called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Learn practical and actionable strategies for applying spiritual principles to real-world situations based on Florence Scovel Shinn's The Game of Life and How to Play It. Did I pronounce her name right? Okay. Learn to manifest your goals through affirmations and visualizations, overcome challenges with forgiveness and non-resistance, and tap into your intuition for a life filled with purpose, prosperity, and positive relationships. The class cost is $55, but you can get a discount if you bundle together this afternoon's workshop with the virtual class for a bundle price of $75. Saturday, February 15th at 12 p.m., we have on offer here Breathwork with Marianne Schumacher. Breathwork helps us access and release repressed emotions and destructive memories, creating cellular cleansing and bringing awareness to outdated beliefs and patterns. This practice opens us to our true nature, unique gifts, and a deeper connection with ourselves, promoting physical and mental relaxation and clarity. And finally, the Super Bowl of Caring. Next week is our last week to bring as many canned goods as we can to make a difference with the Super Bowl, S-O-U-P, Super Bowl of Caring. We need your support. Please donate non-perishable food items or make cash or credit card donations until February 9th. This year, UIL Youth and Families Ministry has issued a challenge to CSL Seattle Youth Ministry for a friendly competition. Let's rise to the occasion and show our spirit by bringing in the most donations to become the Super Bowl champions of 2025. Together, we can make a huge impact, so thank you for your generosity, and thank you.
Thank you, Sally. And everyone, please thank me. Join me in thanking Reverend Pam, or thank me. Why not? You know? I know That meditation was so beautiful, and we were all so peaceful in that space. It just kind of floated into the next section, but we're so glad to have you here. And I hope everybody is planning to stay for the workshop this afternoon. It's going to be phenomenal. And to that end, so as you heard, we have the newcomer potluck today, and we have a workshop starting at 12:30. So I encourage you to get your food as quickly as you can. Bring it back in here to eat. So you don't need to eat it in there. You can bring it in here to eat. And if you happen to be someone who knows that you're not going to attend the workshop, please let other people go in front of you in line just so that they can get their food and be back here in time for 12:30, because we really don't want to miss it. Pam's got a lot to cover, and so really hope that everybody will join us for that. So let's close with our unity statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the infinite, living, loving presence of God. You know, we like to say this in all kinds of different ways over and over again to remind ourselves that there really is only one presence. Whatever we call it, it is there, and it is for our good, as we've heard. So, to that end, too, we also always offer prayer, and we have wonderful prayer chaplains today to support you after service. If you're here in our sanctuary, you can meet them up front, and they will pray with you individually. If you're online in our virtual sanctuary, you can write prayer at unityinlynnwood.org. Give us your phone number and expect a call from a prayer chaplain within the next 24 hours. So if I could ask our prayer chaplains today who are here to stand up, please. Palakini and Marge, thank you so much. All right, and we will close as we always do with our song of benediction.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure within you.